Hello friends, welcome to QBX tutorials. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notifications. Thank you. Hi friends, so welcome to QBX tutorials. This is Mahesh. So in this video, we'll discuss about the variable arguments in Java. Okay, so in short, we call as Varargs. So if you see in my previous video, the main method syntax, if you see the previous video, so I mentioned one point I mentioned when you're creating the main method, public static void main. So the input parameter for this main method is string array of args. So in that video, I mentioned one change we can do in the main method. Instead of this array symbol, we can represent this 3 dots. Okay, so this 3 dots we call it as an ellipsis. That ellipsis is a representation of the Varargs. Okay, so in this video, we'll discuss about this Varargs and what is this ellipsis and all. Okay, so first let's see with the example. Instead of mention the points theoretically, I'll try to demonstrate with an example directly. Okay, so you have a requirement. For example, you have a requirement. What is the requirement is you want to create a method or constructor, so that will take the multiple parameters of same type as an input. Okay, so you want to create a method or constructor which is taking the multiple parameters of same type as an input. So then what we will do is, okay, multiple parameters, multiple values of same type means we have a concept of array, right? So let's see, for example, so I'm creating one class. Okay, so I'm creating one class. The class name is, for example, doctor appointment. So I'm creating an application for a doctor appointment. So in this doctor appointment class, I want to create one function. For example, create appointment. Okay, so doctor appointment is a class. In this class, we are creating one instance function called create appointment. So my requirement is for this create appointment function. Okay, so the user will send the days as an input, or I want to pass days as an input for this function. Okay, I can call this function, for example, 2 days I can pass, or 3 days I can pass, or only 1 day. This is what my requirement is. So if you want to send multiple parameters of same data type, we have a concept called array, right? For example, what we can do is we can declare this function which is taking the array as an input. Okay, string array of args, or we can say days. So simply in this function, what I'm doing is I'm creating a for each loop. Okay, so this for each loop, how many elements are available or how many values are available in this array, that many times the loop is going to repeat for that many times. So simply what we are doing is just we are printing these values, system.out.println. Okay, so I want to run this program. So you know that if you want to run, we need to create a main method. First we'll save this. Save this file with the name doctorappointment.java. Okay, then create a main function. So it's an instance function. So if you want to call the instance function inside the static method, we need to create an object and call that function, right? So let's create a object. Okay, so doctor appointment dot create appointment, and this function is taking what the string array as an input. So what we need to do is we need to create an array. Days is equals to, so I'm creating the array. So pass the days as an input. So doctor is available on, for example, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so now pass this days as an input. save it. Okay, so run this program. Just I'm trying to, still we are not started what is Varargs. Okay, my requirement is I want to create a function. That function is taking the multiple parameters of same type as an input. So we know that if you want to take multiple parameters of same type, if you want to take as an input, we have a concept called array. So that's why I created a function which is taking the array as an input. So save it. So let's compile and run this program. Java C. Make sure you are first make cd space and specify the location where you saved the Java file. Okay. So Java C doctor appointment dot Java. Java doctor appointment. So we got the output. Day is Monday and Tuesday. So the function is called, and this is how many we are repeating the elements by using the for each loop. That's why. So it's called twice, 2 times it is called. So you can, if you want, you can pass one more parameter also. You can pass because it's taking array as an input. So we are passing the array. We are passing the array. So how many elements are there in this array? That many times the loop is going to repeat. You can send n number of parameters. You can pass like this. Okay. So now, when we can use this Varargs is if any function or constructor, you can pass this for a constructor also. If any function or constructor is taking multiple parameters of same type, okay, so then we can use this Varargs concept we can use. So here, instead of specifying the array, what you can do is you can use Varargs. That Varargs we will represent with a symbol called ellipses. That Varargs will represent with a symbol called what? Ellipses. Ellipses means 3 dots. The 3 dots we call as ellipses. So if you specify the ellipses, if you want to pass the arguments, you don't need to create an array and you need to pass the array. So directly you can send the elements, you can send directly like this. So you can pass n number of arguments you can send, or parameters you can send as an input. Okay, arguments as an input. Create appointment. You can pass n number of arguments you can pass as an input. Okay, so when exactly we use this Varargs concept is if any function or constructor is taking so multiple parameters of same type, so then we can represent with variable arguments. That variable arguments will represent with a symbol called what? Ellipses. So let's compile and run this. Got the output. Okay, so it's not only applicable for the function, even for constructor also. For example, I'm creating one constructor. This constructor is taking the same. For example, I want to create I'm creating an array which is taking the dates as an input. Which is taking what? The dates as an input. So I'm repeating this loop. So now while you're creating the object for this, because we are creating we created a constructor which is taking the dates as an input, right? So now what we need to do is we need to pass the date as an input. So here also same, instead of specifying the array, I'm specifying with the Varargs. Okay. For example, I'm giving today's date 8th December. Let's say this. Compile and run. So what the dates are printed. Okay, so this Varargs concept is not only applicable for the function or a method, this is applicable for even for the constructor also we can apply. Okay, so now let's mention the points, because now we understand about Varargs. So if any function if any function or constructor is taking multiple arguments of same data type as an input, we can use variable arguments. So in short, we call as Varargs. So this Varargs will represent, so using ellipses. So this 3 dot symbol is called as what? Ellipses. Okay. So this is, this Varargs concept is applicable only for the method or constructor which is taking the 0 or more arguments as an input. So if you want, you can mention, if any function is taking, instead of multiple arguments, I mention here 0 or more arguments of same data type as an input, we can use variable arguments. So this is applicable only for the method or constructor. Okay. For example, okay, was here you told, okay, instead of single dimension array, you can use a Varargs, right? Here what I'm doing is, okay, here also I'm using a single dimension array. I'll put 3 dots here. So will it accept? Save and compile. See, error, not a statement. So actually this Varargs is applicable only for a inside the declaration of a method or constructor. Okay, if we are using single dimension array in the method or constructor declaration only, we can use this Varargs. Okay, remember this. The another rule for for declaring the Varargs is, so one is, this is applicable only inside the method declaration or the constructor declaration. That is first rule. If you want, you can mention Varargs declaration should be in method or constructor declaration. Should be in method or constructor declaration. Okay. The last is, the another rule for using this Varargs is, this Varargs should be the last parameter. Varargs should be the last parameter in declaration. If it's only one parameter, we can use a Varargs, no issue. But if any method or constructor is taking the multiple parameters, for example here, the constructor is taking the available dates as an input, and one more parameter, I want to send the doctor name. I want to send. So one more parameter also I'm sending here, that is doctor name. The constructor is taking doctor name also as an input. Okay, but the doctor name, we specified the second parameter. The Varargs appointment dates we are passing in the first parameter. Save it. Let's compile. See, if you see the error, it's clearly telling Varargs parameter must be the last parameter. So if you want to use the Varargs in method or constructor declaration, make sure that this Varargs should be the last parameter. Okay, so here, so now, I'm passing the doctor name as Bhaskar, for example. These are the appointment dates. So the first parameter Bhaskar will be sent to as a doctor name, will take as a doctor name, and rest of all the parameters, whatever we are sending, the n number of parameters, or even without sending any parameters, because the Varargs is applicable for 0 or more arguments. Okay, so just for sample, I'm creating another constructor, DA, doctor appointment 1 is a variable name. I'm passing only the doctor name. Okay, for example, doctor name is Gautami. I'm saying. So for this doctor, there is no dates, appointment dates. I'm not sending any, any values. Okay, so for this date second parameter, I'm not sending any values. I'm not sending. Is it okay? Yes, because the Varargs is applicable for 0 or more arguments. Here we are not passing any arguments as an input, we are passing, but still the method will call. Okay. I'll print the doctor name because we are not printing the doctor name. Save it. So you got doctor name is Bhaskar and appointment dates. These two are the dates are available. The second doctor name is Gautami, but I mean the dates loop are not printed because we are not passing any arguments here. The dates we are not passing, but still the function is called because this Varargs 0 or more arguments as an input. Okay. So hope you understand what is variable arguments and what is this ellipsis symbol when we can use this ellipsis. Okay. So if you are new to this video and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Okay. So thanks for watching.